What's up everyone, welcome to Gambit's Guide, and today we have the M17, M18, as well as the XCarry. Which one do you choose and why? So in front of me are the three contenders for the 320 series at the meantime. There might be more in the future, we don't know, but I'm going to go through and tell you what are the similarities as well as differences so you can make the right choice for yourself. So over here I have is the M17, and I'm going to compare this with M18 first. M17 will be similar size to a Glock 17. It has optic cuts ready. It has also a round indicator and has extended magazine as well as a extended magazine base. However, round count wise, it's the exact same thing as an M18. Striker fire pistol, guide hop system they can adjust from here. Here's the M18 for size comparison. As you can see, noticeably shorter slide as well as barrel, inner barrel length as well. And you can see from the side, you can see the magazine is shorter and it doesn't have the extended mag base. Same has the round count indicator. In Airsoft, it does absolutely nothing. It's just purely aesthetics. However, because M18 is shorter and flush, you realize it's harder to do the guide hop adjustment for hop up. You will need a tool, or you actually, what I prefer to do is to disassemble the slide and adjust it manually. Now, all three, M17, M18, as well as XCarry, the takedown is the same. So I'm going to use the M17 as an example to show you how to take it apart. First, remove magazine. You rack the slide once. Then you're going to try and align the notch over here to take it apart. And this is what the slide is, and this is what the frame is. The frame to take out the shooting mechanism is relatively easy. Once it's taken apart, the takedown pin would come straight out like so, just pull out. Then take out the front, lift it from the chassis, and here you have it. That's the firing mechanism. Be careful of several things. There's a spring here, here, and here that could easily fly out. So whenever you do your maintenance, make sure you don't lose any of them, or work in somewhere that's light in color, because once these strings fly off, it's hard to find. To put it back, you're going to do everything in reverse. The rear goes in first, have it aligned at the back over here, and there you have it. Lower part disassembled and reassembled. And now for the slide. This is a guide hop system, so you have to make sure you time the teeth perfectly. Take it apart, push it forward, up, separate it from the inner barrel. Inner barrel goes off, like so. And here's how you do your basic maintenance. Now, if you ever want to change the optic plate, you have to remove the screws from the back over here, all three of them, in order to remove the plate. Otherwise, you would damage the gun if you don't do so. To reassemble, reverse the whole thing in process. Inner barrel goes first. Do not lose this. This is an O-ring to protect the bashing between the outer barrel as well as the inner barrel. And the slide too. Guide rod goes in. Make sure you time the teeth correctly. Place this in. Bracket back. This one slides forward again. And there you have it. Everything back to normal. Here are the magazines for the M17, M18, and XCarry. Now, M18 and XCarry are essentially the same magazine, except the base plate may be a different color. But if you get the M18 in black, it's exactly the same. M17, the base is slightly a little longer and have an extended mag base, but they're all compatible. They're exactly the same thing. So now, M18 and XCarry, what are similarities, what are differences? Internal system-wise, it's exactly the same. However, externally, there are quite a bit of differences. First of all, the guide hop system, they're the same. So you can either have to use a tool or, like I said, take it off the slide and actually manually adjust it yourself. The XCarry no longer have a dummy round indicator. It still has the optic cut. Now, continuing on the slide, both M7 and M18 has their own marking, whereas the XCarry has a P320 marking as well as XCarry marking, which don't exist in the real gun. Then both have a thumb safety. The real XCarry also doesn't have it on the real gun. Following is the lower frame. Now, the X frame actually have a more aggressive beaver tail versus the normal M18 and M17. Mag release is exactly the same, but it also have a more aggressive texture on the frame as well. As you can see over here, the XCarry has a flat face trigger, and when pressed, it breaks at roughly around 90 degrees, whereas the M17 and M18 have a curved trigger. What more is, at the bottom over here on the X frame, you'll see it's flat and it's beveled, so it's easier for doing speed reloads compared to the M17 and M18 series, because it's just straight as well as not a regular round curvature. You can see also these incisions allows you to install aftermarket magwell as well to aid reload even better. Now, texture-wise, the X frame is a slightly glossier and smoother finish versus a more matte and kind of grippier. So you have to take your pick. The texture area, the X frame is more grippy, whereas the non-textured area, the M17 and M18 are more grippy. So you have to choose which one you like more, but in terms of maintenance and internally, they're all exactly the same. So which one do you choose? Looking for a full-size 320 series, then I would suggest you to get the M17. If you look for a compact size, then there's a debate between the XCarry or the M18. You're looking for something that is more military look, then probably this one is your go-to one. You want something that's more civilian, competition shooting-ish, or even just more modularity because of the frame and magwell area, then XCarry is the one for you. For these good products and many more, go to online store at www.redwolfairsoft.com.